McWillie style's all in it. Getting
Googly.
with it.
Googly.
Hey everybody, Adam Geisen here, trying to help you get a little bit more googly as we get near the end of the school year, and we're really moving towards using Gmail as our primary email communication. So a lot of you have been asking lately how to get folders of emails out of Outlook and into Gmail without having to forward them over one at a time or take the entire list of emails from a certain date on. So these are the steps of how to do that. The only thing that you're going to need, and I'll show you how to get to it, is the Google Migration tool, which, like I said, I'll explain that. And you're going to need Outlook on your computer. So if you've not ever opened Outlook before, this is a great opportunity to try to do that. So again, we are looking to move towards Gmail, and this is a great way to feel a little bit more comfortable, see what you've still got left over from the old days as we move towards Gmail. So here's the 4 easy steps on how to move your folders over from Outlook to Gmail. All right, let's get started. So step 1 to moving all of your files over, or your folders of emails over from Outlook into Gmail. Step 1 is to open up Microsoft Outlook on your computer. Again, if you've never used Outlook before, at our school we have all Microsoft applications, so you've got it on your computer somewhere. You just need to open it up and get it going, and it'll automatically find your Triad email, your school email address, and it'll pull in all of your emails and all that stuff. So that's a great way to start. Now, once you've got it open, step 2 is going to be to download the specific folder of emails that you want to download. You can download your inbox, you can download your deleted items if you wanted to, if you still had those, and any of the folders that you organize. Those are all legit to be downloaded. So let's go ahead and get started. Once you've got Outlook ready to go, where you want to start is File. Click on File, click on Options, which is down a little bit here on the left-hand side. Click on Advanced, and it's going to bring up this dialog box here, and about 3/4 of the way down you'll see Export, and I want you to click on the Export button. Now this is where it gets specific, so we're looking for specific things to do here. The first one is to export to a file, because you're going to download all of your emails into a specific file. It's called a PST file, and I'll show you that here in a second. So once you click Export to a file, hit Next. And you want an Outlook data file, which is a .pst, and again, it's a specific file type that Gmail can import, but it comes from Outlook, so this is a handy thing. So once you click on that, hit Next, and what it's going to bring up is basically a dialog box where you can sift through and find the folders that you want to download. So I've got my inbox, I can do that one. Like I said, these deleted items, these are all going to be pretty large because I have a lot of emails in my inbox and all that. But let's say I want just my soccer folder. I've got things here of things that I saved from coaching soccer. It's only like 3 or 4 emails, not very many, so this is a good way to do a sample. So I'm choosing that folder, and once I've got it selected, I'm going to hit Next. Now, it's asking you where you want it to save to and what you want to call it. So let's, I'm going to change that because it was from a previous one that I did. Let's say I want to call it soccer, but I'm going to leave it in this file, the Outlook files within my Documents folder on my computer's hard drive. So I know where it's at. It's in Documents, Outlook files, and I've called it soccer. That's the important thing. You can browse and send it someplace else, but I'm going to default to this folder because I know where it's at. Options, again, if you've never done it before, then you can just leave it to replace duplicates. Again, if you want things to be duplicated, if you've done this before and you want doubles or not exporting duplicate items, again, that's up to you. But like I said, if you're doing it for the first time, then just hit replace duplicates with items exported. All right, so I've changed the file name. I know where it's going. Once I hit finish, then it could add an optional password. I am going to skip this right now because I don't need to worry about it, and I'm just going to hit OK, and I'm not filling anything in. And that's it. It's done. It's already saved. I'm ready to go. So that leads us now to step 3. Step 3 is to find and download Google's Outlook Migration tool, which is a nice little handy piece of software which will move things over from Outlook to Gmail really easily. So I'm pulled up Chrome here, and I'm going to open up a new tab. And in this new tab, I'm going to search for the Outlook Migration, and it should pop up pretty quickly. Migration tool. It's a Google product, so it's going to be up here at the top. Google Apps Migration for Microsoft Outlook tool is exactly what you're looking for. So you click on that, and basically, like I said, it's a small piece of software. It's not very large. So you'll click on this button right here, Download Migration Tool. Click on that. It says, thanks for trying it out. Here in Chrome, it's real easy to install a piece of software from Chrome because it saves right there at the bottom left-hand corner. It's in your downloads, but you can click on this in order to quickly access it. So I'm opening the Outlook migration tool. It only takes a second to get started. And now that it popped up, it's asking me if I want to run this file. I'm going to hit run. It's going to install it. It's going to ask me if I want the following program. Yes. Give Google permission. I give Google permission to do pretty much everything. I don't know if that's good or bad. But anyway, once it gets installed here, it'll just take a second. We'll see how quickly that'll go. It's installing things now. So now that it's installed, it's asking me for my Google account. So I'm going to bring up the Google account I want these to move to. This is me. You can remember you or not. I hit continue. Now it's going to pull up another one. It's going to ask again for permission. So scroll down again. You can read these, but for the most part, it's the ability to create contacts if necessary to move emails over. I just hit allow. Here it pulls up now. We are launching your preferred web browser to continue sign in. So I'll pull that up and hit OK. All right, so now once you pull this up, and this is your Exchange little dialog box here, it's going to ask you for where you want to upload from. And if you leave it on Outlook, it's going to pull everything from your Outlook from a specific date on. And that's not necessarily what we want to do here. So instead of leaving it on Outlook, I want you to check the PST file, and we're going to go find that file we just downloaded. And if you look, here it is right here. Here's the soccer file because it's in my documents, my Outlook files, and here's my PST file I just downloaded. So I'm going to choose that one, hit open. So now I've chosen it. I want to migrate all the data. Okay, I've not done this before, so it's going to be new. Now, if you continue to use Outlook through the end of the year and you've got some other things you want to update, then you can do this exact same thing again and tell it to only take the new emails and not the ones you've already moved over, which can be pretty handy. Right now, I've not done this before, so I'm going to migrate all the data. So once I do that, I'm going to hit next. And again, calendar, contacts, email messages. All I'm pulling over is email messages. So I'm going to remove the contacts in the calendar. I'm not going to worry about a specific date because I know it's going to pull everything that's in that folder regardless of the date. I'm going to leave it that way. So I'm going to hit migrate. It's only going to take a few minutes because right now, if you can see at the bottom, I'm not processing any contacts, no calendars. The email, it is going to process 3 emails. All right, so it may just take a second. So there it goes. It's got 1, 2, 3. Migration is completed. Moved pretty quickly through that. I hit OK. That's all I've got right now, so I'm going to close it. Okay, so I can do another migration and pull in a different file, however you want to do it. Now, just for future reference, to get back to that migration Outlook, you do not have to install it again every time. It should be in your list of installed programs. If you go down to all programs here in your start menu, scroll down to Google Apps Migration, it's right there. Just pull it back up and you can do this as many times as you want. It's a piece of software, it's been installed on your computer. Again, that's why it's so handy. So I'm not going to need to go back to Outlook. Right now I'm going to go to my Gmail account. So let's pull up my Gmail. Now I do need to refresh this. So that way it'll see the new migrated files, the soccer folder that I moved in there. And if I look over here on the left-hand side, look at that. There is a folder called soccer. That's my, I'm sorry, that's confusing. That's my current soccer. This is my soccer.pst file that was just pulled over. Okay? Now, notice there's nothing in it. This is where it does get a little bit confusing. So, this is now step 4. Now that we've moved everything over, step 4 is to figure out where your stuff's at. And this is just, it's not a challenge, but it's a little bit weird. So soccer.pst is a file. It has subfolders. So if you look down here now, I've got an inbox, which doesn't have anything in it, an outbox, a sent items. Now here's my soccer folder with the 3 emails that I wanted to move over. Now, what I want to do is delete all of these other 4 and just have soccer be my main folder. And here's how you do it. Click on this little arrow right here to the side and hit edit. Once you hit edit, you'll see there's a nest label under. And once I uncheck that, then this big soccer is going to be its own label. All right, so I'm actually going to call it soccer 2 because I already have a soccer folder in my Gmail, so this might not have been the best example, but it still works. I'm not doing this video again. So soccer 2, I'm just going to call it, or maybe I'll put parentheses and call it soccer old. This is an old file of soccer files. I've unchecked the nest, which means now it's its own label, and I'll hit save. Now, if I scroll over here, I'll see soccer, which is my current one. Here's this PST file that I want to get rid of, and there's my now old folder, okay, my old label. So let's say I want to get rid of these. Just simply click on the arrow next to the PST, hit remove label. It says you want to remove all of these, and yes, I want to get rid of that. Now for every folder that you move over into Gmail, it's going to include an inbox and outbox and the sent items. So just delete them all. They're not there for any sort of necessity. So once I do that, I hit delete. If I go back over to my labels, here's my old soccer, here's my current soccer folder. I've moved these emails successfully from Gmail. The best part about this is that if you look at it now, it's as though this email was sent to me in this. Now it says still my old email address, but my new, if I reply, it's not a forwarded email to myself from myself. It's actually going to reply to the original sender, which can be really handy, again, to start communicating in Gmail as opposed to Outlook. Okay, so that was it. That's pretty much all you have to do. And again, you can do this as many times as you need to. It's moving it from Outlook, saving a folder as a PST file, using your Google Outlook migration tool to upload that PST file to Gmail, and then a little bit of reorganization, and you're good to go as if those folders, those emails were originally sent to your Gmail account. So hopefully that, I know it's complicated and a lot of steps, but hopefully that will clarify that and make your switch over to Google a little bit easier. So again, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you get a little bit more googly in the future. Thanks again.
Googly.
Talk to you soon.
Googly. Googly.